Hey, welcome back to the channel and the Stanley Parable 2. In the last video we got the bucket for most of the video, which is pretty sweet, but at the end the narrator took it off us, which is not cool. So yeah, hopefully we can get it back now. But yeah, I've really been enjoying the Stanley Parable 2 so far. A little bit disappointed that there hasn't been a jump circle yet, but the bucket more than makes up for that. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Oh, I skipped it again. I keep skipping the intro. That's cool. Right, the balloons are still here, so we are still in the Stanley Parable 2.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, there it is. There's my bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Right, that's still locked. Hopefully employee 416 is okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Oh, we need one more Stanley, don't we? Right, let's go down here.
To the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
We'll go through the lounge.
The employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
The bucket's always right.
No, never mind.
Right, so I'm going to turn left here. I'm going to keep going straight to the meeting room.
Back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section.
I forgot already. What was down here yesterday? I can't remember if there's more than one route down there. Right, we're just going to go this way anyway. Where does this go? Okay, I think that's that split room, innit? Right, let's go down here. Oh, here we go. Somewhere red and blue. We got that one. Something to do with stairs. Surely the red and blue was that downstairs one though. Red and blue. Somewhere both red and blue. There was that downstairs area though. We found that one. Still nothing in there.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
What?
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
No.
It's as clear as day.
No, close the door.
Cannot have my bucket. The bucket.
Get your own.
I can really feel coming to a stand.
Yeah, so these
Stanley
were the stairs.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
See, red and blue. Surely there's got to be one in there, but I don't think I can do this for 10 minutes again. Right, let's go to the boss's office. That's red. I still can't get back in here. Okay. Where's the blue? There's the blue. Red and blue. Right. There was a Stanley in the toilet, but we got that one. Wonder why I can't go through there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
No, that's completely
by the weight
wrong.
Of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours,
right, I'll wait for him to talk.
Guiding light,
I'll suppose I've got to wait.
Dark clouds of confusion.
Wait a little bit.
It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Told you, the bucket knows everything.
Logical explanation.
Right, so we got the one that was here. Where's blue and red? Where haven't I been? It's blue and red. We could go down the left corridor. Have I been down there with the bucket yet? I can't remember if I've been down there with the bucket
The
or not.
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting,
Gotta keep it together for the
reassuring
bucket.
that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
It's here to reassure me, and it's working.
Stanley
Red?
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control.
Have I been in there with the bucket? Oh no. I'm getting confused. I can't remember where I have and haven't been with this bucket
The
now.
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Oh no. Can't have the bucket die. I don't think I've been
The
down there
door
with the
behind
bucket
them
yet.
was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had
I don't think I've been in the mind
turn
control room
around
with the
and
bucket
get
either.
back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
No, no. Bucket never dies, bro. Red and blue, surely. Right, he goes nothing. Oh, I just don't know where it could be red and blue, though. I thought it was that one at the bottom of them stairs. Ow. I wonder if the bucket could save me here, actually. I don't think it's going to.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
It doesn't matter, I'm reassured.
Puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Bro's got a problem with my bucket, innit? He really does not like my bucket.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh. Not my bucket.
It was
The
a shame,
Stanley
the death of such a
Parable.
magnificent bucket.
Yeah, definitely
It's
haven't
true
been here
that
with my
all
bucket.
buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
See, she gets it.
Glorious bucket to behold.
Oh, look at that. A special building just for my bucket. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. I'm not reading all that. Ooh, chair. Nice. Ah, is that the bucket there?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like
Now that is a fine
and to
picture.
claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see?
I think everyone needs a photo of a bucket in their life.
Noble than Stanley
Oh, it's like the
ever
original
be in
bucket. It's
his
like the
short
first ever bucket. It's like an origin bucket. Okay. Cave drawings. Okay. See, even back then they knew the bucket was the almighty.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Ooh. Am I gonna die here? Ah, he walked straight over to it. Nice. Did not expect that.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh no.
Let
No, don't crush me in my bucket, please.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Ah. I think that narrator had daddy issues. Okay. I don't know what was going on there. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Ooh, is that new? Red and blue. Where could be red and blue that I haven't seen
All
this
of his
Stanley?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Oh,
a
thank
memo.
God the bucket's here though.
The good old
Thank you.
bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Right, 416 still not there. Is that his office right there?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I can't remember if I've done the other bit with the bucket. I really can't remember what I have and haven't done.
To the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Right, so we go
Was.
straight
Had the
through
bucket
here.
turned out to be correct?
We're turning left again.
Mind.
I didn't have to come this way, did I? I've done everything
Stanley
on the
took door on
right hand
his
side,
left
I'm pretty
to go
sure.
back to the meeting. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance
what was
section
down here
and walked
again,
straight
though?
ahead to the opposite
I
door.
can't remember. I'm just going to go this way. Red and blue, red and blue. Surely it's the car park area. Obviously not. Oh, my bucket room. My broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Yeah, but I can't
On
have
the
it.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Right, nothing in there. Is this opening yet? It does. Oh, okay. Red. Any blue? Are you blue in here? Surely there's a Stanley in this. There's not. That's depressing. Do 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 do. Absolute classic right here. Nice. This will go somewhere one day. Right, back in the manager's office. So things are changing, so
Stepping
that's
into his
open
manager's
now.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Right, it's
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley guessed the correct
let's do that.
by sheer
I feel
luck.
like that dialogue was
Was
different, but it
the
might not
bucket
have been, I
moved
don't know.
along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Right, down here. Nothing. Oh, we've been everywhere with the bucket. Shit. I don't think I can go back either, can I? No, I got traps when I come in here, didn't I? Right, okay, we're gonna have to go down. We're gonna have to go to the mind control room. I'm pretty sure I've been there with the bucket, though. I might not have been, but I'm pretty sure I have. Loading, loading, loading.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Did we make it to the top of this with the bucket? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I don't think I've done all this with
On
the
an
bucket.
enormous room packed with televisions.
I'm pretty sure I got up there with the
What
bucket, though.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh, I wonder what all these screens are.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket.
Employee
Everyone
104
in the
got
office
fired.
was being videoed,
601 got fired
monitored
too.
like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything
Oh my
would
God.
be fine.
What is this game? Who is this narrator? He's an absolute legend. I want his babies now.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been
No,
told
no,
to do
no, no,
things
no, no.
it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things
No one could
did
ever
it
take
want
over
to
the
do
mind of the
or
bucket.
not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except the bucket.
Alright, nothing behind me.
But here was the proof.
Surely the bucket's the key
Heart
to
of the
get through that
operation.
door when it
Controls
opens.
labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
The bucket will
For
save
he
me.
and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends.
Oh, we're going to win the game here. That'd be
up
sick.
against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Nice. Bring it down. Bring it all down. Alright, we're going to go with off. Because I did on last time, didn't I?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
No? I'm going to say no. I feel like this game's never going to end.
They had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket...
We're definitely going to start a family once we get out of it.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse.
No, what the hell?
True,
That's
it was a
random as
simple
fuck.
life they
Oh yeah, I want to
envisioned,
sneeze in
but it
every
was one
country in the
they
world.
lived
Okay, bro.
together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
What?
What?
Why has it stopped?
Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Surely not.
Terrible silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
The facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence.
No, we were so close.
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Oh my god.
Lens.
Bucket, what do we do, Bucket?
No.
Help.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh my god, what is this game? Am I going to be back in my office now? I think I am, and I. Okay. Right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a
I'm
sassy
gonna
comment
hit the
about
on button
taking
this time.
down the system.
I feel like if I hit the off button, the same thing's just going to happen, so. Yeah, hopefully something different happens this time.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh, that's new.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh, parrot. Okay.
Stanley flipped through one
Oh, he's got the
silly
flip.
birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Ah, seagull.
This wasn't a mind
Oh.
control facility at all. It
Little
was a
flamingos,
facility
okay.
for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intent.
I like that one, he's cool.
At the bucket neck,
Nice.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards
I like his hairdo.
discovery. Stanley and the bucket never
It's a fine looking bird, that one.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley...
Definitely one of them. Oh my god, look at that beak on that. Good lord. Oh my god, no. Where my birds go? I want to watch the video of the birds, bro. Right, so at least that was different. I don't know which way to walk now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket.
Right, so that wasn't the right way. Oh, the phone's ringing again now, though. I did that last time, didn't it? After I went in there.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay, that was a different message this time. Do I have to keep going back to that tape recorder to get different messages? Where's the narrator gone? Oh, he's back. Right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
The boxes are here now.
What could it mean?
Sick. Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
The bucket made Stanley
Boxes
want to be a
everywhere.
better
I wonder
man
if there's a
and
new route
better
open.
co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Right. I know what.
All of his co-workers...
All my boxes are gone now.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
I'm pretty sure that's new dialogue. Right. I just don't know with this game anymore. I'm gonna go straight on.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to
I'm gonna go
telling him
over
that the employee lounge was
the warehouse,
to be.
see what
And here
happens,
it was.
and
Had the
then
bucket
that's it
turned out
then.
to be correct? No.
Like,
Never
I
mind.
don't know.
The bucket was wrong.
I think the game's broken me now, not gonna lie.
Back to the meeting room. No, said the bucket.
No.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up
I don't
there
think my
I need
bucket
you to
sounds
do.
like that. I'm gonna have to
Not
say
question
no.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
My
But
bucket
Stanley
can, bro.
chose not to think about this obvious.
My bucket's the best
He
bucket.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever
No,
the bucket
no.
asked.
Oh. Well, bugger me sideways. Okay. I didn't even mean to fall off that. That's wild. Okay. Danger everywhere. Oh my god. This is new. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. 2B1. Oh, okay. I did not know I could get on that walkway. Like I said, I just accidentally fell off it.
No, stop.
No.
See, there's a sign right
No
there. It
buckets
says,
past this
"No
point." No.
buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh no, looks a bit rapey in there, not gonna lie. Oh no. Oh. Oh, okay. What's this? Is this a
Now
bucket?
then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
What happens
This
if I
should
get
tell
them
us
all wrong?
everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Oh, it's like a game show. Okay.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is
What?
a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
Oh, number 2.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Can I get a closer look? I think it is. No, that definitely. No, I'm gonna say no.
Correct.
Woo!
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
In-
Ah.
This is a bucket.
Well, okay. I wonder if they're different. Okay.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
I'm gonna need a closer look, but from here, I'm gonna say yeah. Ah,
Are you
ain't no
hallucinating?
way
This
that
is
ain't
a
a bucket, bro.
tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
That one's definitely a bucket. The last one wasn't, but this one definitely is.
Correct.
Let's go.
This is a bucket.
Told ya. I knew it was a bucket. Oh, we got something else.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? Both what, bro?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
That's definitely a bucket. Oh,
You
no
and I
way.
both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm
Yes.
losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Only if you let it, narrator.
Sorry, but I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay.
Then it's just a Stanley Parable 1, and no one wants that. Oh, no. Are we going back to the Stanley
happened?
Parable 1?
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could...
Are my balloons still going to be up?
I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Oh,
and
thank God
we'll
for that.
know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Right then. We're going to be back in the office now. Please say there's a bucket there. If there's not a bucket here, I'm going to be very upset. Right, okay, back in the office. Cool. Right, we'll go look for the bucket in a minute. Well, tomorrow. Not in a minute. Yeah. Because I'm going to be cutting some of this out. Like, there's been quite a bit on this where I know it's just retread ground. Like, nothing really changed until like you basically complete the game and then again. Like, I think at this point I completed the game like 10 times, aren't I? But yeah, we've had a few new things, so I was thinking this might be the last bit, but I don't know, looks like we've still got loads more new stuff to do, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see what that is. But yeah, it's just some of the stuff that, like, where it keeps repeating itself. Like, it's not the easiest to commentate over when you've seen it like 100 times at this point. But I don't know, I'm trying to do my best here. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.